tell you on Friday night, it'll be Zach Hess. And let's go ahead and just say this right now, right out front, okay? Zach Hess is going to be our Friday night starter for the entire season. There's no consideration to moving him to the bullpen. He's our dude, and I think he's ready to be, if not the best, one of the very best pitchers in the Southeastern Conference.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tigers Roar with Jordy Hultberg. I'm Tommy Christ, and here at Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard in Baton Rouge. Jordy, good evening.
Good evening. Did Paul Maneri say dude?
He did.
I thought it was supposed to be that's our dog. He said dude. Go ahead, Paul.
Coach Maneri, of course, media day for baseball was last week. Softball, but Jordy, some rumblings today, something we've heard about for about a month or so now. Extension, possible pay raise for Coach Ed Orgeron and Director of Athletics Joe Oliva.
Good. Congratulations to both of them, if and when it does happen, and it will. So good for them, a good season. Now let's build on that. And look, everything else, baseball, basketball, every other program in that athletic department, it's just not football, although football is the bell cow, pays most of the bills. But, man, basketball's good. And as we speak, LSU at A&M trying to make it 10 in a row, trying to get to 7-0 in the league, currently ranked 19th in the nation. But their RPI, their NET is really up there. So everything's going good. So I'm all for it.
It's a good time to be on the campus. And,
yes.
You know, when football does well, it tends to permeate through the department. I mean, football with 10 wins, we know that, the bowl victory, and boom. You know, now basketball's on a rise. Beth Torina's softball team's expected to be very good again.
Maneri's baseball team, tennis is good. They got beach volleyball now with a premier beach sand volleyball court. Everything's on a good uptick.
Have you ever played volleyball?
Yes.
Like, I don't mean at the family picnic.
No, I've played volleyball. It's a great sport.
But have you ever played it on sand?
I have tried. Yes, and unfortunately it was a family beach, adult beverages. Yes. That's very strenuous.
It's tough to play volleyball. I gotta believe that on sand it's tougher.
It is difficult, no question. No question.
Well, Jordy, we'll get to the spot where your heart's near and dear to the basketball program. The escape in Missouri, they're calling it. I mean, what a remarkable comeback. Skylar Mays played a key role. Will Wade knows they got away with one, but when you can win like they did on the road in the league, that's got to, you use the term on the radio, it could be a galvanizing day.
Yeah, I really do. I think that brings everybody closer together. I think they pay more attention to what the coaches are saying. Everybody says, have you ever been involved in a game like that? No, because when I played, there was no three-point line, and you don't have enough possessions. But the three-point line, there is never a lead too safe. So hats off to LSU. Skylar Mays went crazy, hit 9 points in a row in the span of about 30 seconds. And then the freshman, Javonte Smart, in overtime does it. Now, can they handle prosperity? Coach Wade said, we have no mulligans. We've used them all up. There's nothing left in the bag we can resort to. So we've got to keep working. But, boy, they're a fun team to watch. Fun team to watch.
And we're going to get into some more of that tonight, and we will hear from Coach Wade, some comments that he made before the team departed for College Station. And we do have, there's TVs everywhere here at Scoreboards.
Yeah, sure are.
So we're going to keep tabs on the game.
If you see us looking that way, that means we're watching LSU. If you see us looking that way, we're watching the Pelicans. If you see us looking that way, we're watching another basketball game. And if looking straight ahead, well, we're always talking to you.
All right, back to football.
Okay.
1 week away from signing day, February 6th.
Yes.
You know, we know they got 18 guys, it's 19 guys in the fall, early signing period. They can accent that class now. The big thing coming out of a meet, nobody knows what's going to happen. I've been told it's going to go down to the wire.
You know what is funny? I mean, this is such an age now. These kids have been built up so high. What if they're not any good? I mean, seriously. I mean, this kid, Sopsher, it's like, I think they do it on purpose. Like, I'm just going to build it up, and hopefully he lives up to the billing, and hopefully he comes to LSU. I mean, but you never know. It's a roll of the dice when you get to, especially kids that size who never, ever really compete against anyone near their size on the high school
Good
level.
point.
Then they get to college and there's a dozen of them, left and right, play after play after play. Some cut it, some don't. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not trying to discourage you, Mr. Shropshire. You come on. We want you.
The other thing that happens, as you well know, when you get to college, now you got guys 3-4 years older than you.
And guess what they're all saying?
Yeah, they're saying, who's
you're
this?
You're not taking my job.
And you haven't done anything
Yeah,
yet.
no, you're not taking my job? No.
Also, Ed Orgeron fills the spot on his staff. Jerry Sullivan, the wide receiver coach, passing game, retires. He raids the Saints staff with Joe Brady.
Just bring the playbook, Joe. Just bring the playbook. That's all I'm at. I don't know if you can coach, but I'm sure you can. I don't know if you can recruit. Just bring the playbook.
He's a young guy. Went to William and Mary, spent a couple years on the staff at Penn State.
28.
With the program with the Nittany Lions in the Big Ten. Working with Sean Payton in the offense, you got to believe, like they say, he's got a lot of knowledge on the RPO, the run pass option. That's the buzz term now in college football, RPO. I wish I had $1 for every time an announcer said that this year.
How about the extremity that LSU's gone through? Jerry Sullivan in his 70s, and now Joe Brady in his 20s. Boy, they have gone from one extreme, North Pole to the South Pole.
So he'll work with the passing game. He'll work with the wide receivers with Coach Joseph as well. So Coach Orgeron didn't waste any time with that. It appears that the staff is set going forward. You never know what happens after signing day.
That's right.
Typically, there's a little flurry after signing day nationally.
You never
with
know.
some coaches that decide to move around. Also,
You never know.
I heard some rumblings. These off-the-field analysts.
You and these rumblings.
It's a rumbling night, huh?
It's like the tidal wave coming in. Rumblings.
Catholic High product, Major Applewhite may be stepping into the LSU staff and one of the off-the-field analyst
The
positions.
more, the merrier. Bring them in.
Here's a guy that was a head coach at University of Houston.
Yeah.
So he would have to be able to bring something to the table, a Baton Rouge kid, all that good stuff. So we'll see what happens with all of that.
More rumblings with TK.
Yeah, we're going to have rumblings from Mike
That
Scarborough.
should be a segment.
What, rumblings?
TK's rumblings.
I don't know about
Ramblings,
that.
rumblings.
On tonight's program, we will hear from Will Wade. We will hear from Beth Torina, Paul Maneri. We got some baseball player comments also. 1 week from signing day, we'll have Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com. He will also give us the very latest that's coming up in a little while. So let's take a break, come back. We'll talk a little bit of hoop and then hear from Coach Will Wade. With Jordy Hultberg, I'm Tommy Krysan from Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard in Baton Rouge, where they're open Tuesday through Sunday at 11 a.m. Specials all the time. Connect on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're back after this pause. Spread the roar. You're watching Tigers Roar.
Going golfing. Ooh. Off to golf.
You're picking that up.
Off to the range, honey.
Bye.
Oh, that was close. Glad you got the backup camera installed.
Yep.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Jordy Hultberg for Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway. Chairman's Reserve steaks, their pork, their chicken, their seafood, top of the line. Primo barbecue pits, Icy Tech coolers. They can go anywhere and cater anything for you. Go to 751-7665 to call Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market, where good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market.
Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge, a CLK multifamily management property. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. Stop by Cypress Lake Apartments, call 225-293-6789, or go online, live at cypresslakeapts.com.
We continue with Tigers Roar from scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard. Boiled snow crabs, boiled shrimp, the bread pudding. Saw Coach Roman Banks earlier. He's got to have the bread pudding at the end of the overtime show each and every week. He just can't get enough of it. Lots of people got some to go. Jordy, before we hear from Will Wade, you're a basketball guy. You played at LSU. You coached at LSU. You've covered LSU forever. Give me your late January read on Will Wade.
A team that's really coming together collectively. I see individual players getting their game better individually, but then collectively working well together. I see a team that understands their roles. I see a team that has a lot of fight in them. I see a team that rebounds the ball better. I see a team that's playing much better defensively, and I see a team that can score against anybody. They've got perimeter players left and right that can. Look, if you have guys that can handle the basketball, a breakdown of defense off the dribble, get into the lane, and LSU's got 3 of those. That backcourt is really, really terrific. They're long, they get into the passing lane, they get a lot of deflections, and they can score the basketball. So with every game, they get a little bit better, They've won games kind of easily. They've had to fight tooth and nail down the stretch to come from behind and win. They got miraculous wins like against Missouri. And so everything's falling into place. If they can stay healthy, stay hungry, and I think that's something that Will Wade will insist upon. Man, don't be surprised if this is a Sweet 16 team knocking on the door of an Elite 8 team, and quite even possibly if the dominoes fall the right way, knocking on a Final Four door. They're that good. They're that talented.
Spoken from the man who's been there and done that. Let's hear from Coach Will Wade. These are comments he made about his basketball team, the win over Missouri right before they departed town earlier this week for the road game at College Station. Here's LSU basketball coach Will Wade.
Moving on, got A&M on Wednesday, and they're coming off a huge win over Kansas State. Played extremely well against Kansas State. They've really played well in their last 2 games. They had a 13-point lead at half at Florida. They didn't play real well against Missouri before that, and they've changed a few things, and they're playing much better, playing at a very high level. So, be another tough SEC road game for us, and we've got to learn our lessons from this last game and move forward and get ready to go to A&M. I don't know. I'm ready to worry about A&M.
Javonte is a true freshman to have the guts he has to take those
Yeah, he's got a good way about him. You know, he's done that all year for us. He's made big shots. He made big shots against Florida State. He had a good first half. The bigger against Houston, you know, the bigger the game, the bigger the moment, the better he plays. That's a tremendous quality and tremendous trait to have, and we really trust him.
You used to say last year all the time that you only have one or two ways to win. The last 3 road games, you won them drastically different ways. How good is that? Obviously, you have
It's good. You know, we haven't been able to really, you know, one thing you've got to do on the road is you've got to overwhelm the other team with your spirit and how you play and the way you attack and go after people. We haven't been able to do that. It's part of the reason the games have been a little bit different is we've tried to play different ways according to what the other teams do. We haven't necessarily, outside of Ole Miss, really, we haven't been able to just impose our will on the road, which is what you need to do. You got to overwhelm them with your collective spirit, your collective will. And we haven't been able to do that on the road, and we've got to get back to doing that.
Backcourt of Starks and Flagg and Mitchell, what issues?
Well, I mean, Mitchell's a heck of a player. Starks is having a great year, and you know, Mitchell just went for 22 in the second half against Kansas State. I believe he hit 7 threes against Florida. And so, I mean, he's playing at a high level. He's somebody we saw him play against Marlin a couple times in junior college. He's a transfer from Baylor. So he is a very good player. He's playing with a lot of confidence right now. He's got a hot hand, and we're going to certainly need to do a very good job on him. Well, no, we don't want to keep pressing our luck on that sort of thing. So we certainly don't want to be down big and have to rally. But you know, I do like our guys that we don't give up and we kind of stay in there and hang in there. We're tough out for the most part, and you know, I like that part. But we need to put ourselves in better positions and play better throughout the course of the game. You know, so we're not having to stage a furious rally or pull a rabbit out of the hat.
Are you able to use a game like that as kind of a reference point moving on in the season when games are going to get tougher and more important and you fall behind and kind of point to that as an example?
Yeah, you got to be careful with that. If you use it too much of a reference point, you'll relax a little bit. So you don't really want to harp on all that. I mean, it's good fodder for you guys to talk about, but doesn't really affect a whole lot with what we're doing. I'm more worried about staying out of that position, being 14 down with 2.5 minutes left. I mean, I didn't even watch I cut the film off at 3 minutes. I haven't watched the last part because I didn't want that to taint how I felt about the game. So I've only watched the first 37 minutes, and I didn't particularly care for a lot of the things I saw in the first 37 minutes. So, you know, that's the part I tend to focus on, and you know, I don't think. You know, I think it can be used, but I think sometimes that's a little bit of a crutch too, and you can relax a little bit.
In the second half, for 17 minutes, we only had 4 field goals. More you, more them?
A little bit of both. I mean, they did a great job. They had a great plan. They're tough. They're physical. They put their chest on you, and you know, we just didn't get enough paint touches. We missed some shots around the rim that we normally make. I mean, we're top 15 in the country in shooting percentage at the rim. And you know, I think we're 12th, or we were 12th last week. And you know, we just missed some things. We were off balance. We were a little bit off kilter that we would normally make, and that put us behind. That put us behind a little bit. But I thought it was a combination of both. I think we had some self-inflicted wounds, but I think Missouri had a very good game plan. Did a very good job, and they played very desperate. They played very hungry, and they played very well.
Did they almost try to intimidate you early when they got the 2 technicals?
I don't know. I'm glad they got the technicals, or we wouldn't have gone to overtime. So, you know, I don't know about that. I think they were. I mean, I think that just shows how excited they were to play, how hungry they were to play, how fired up they were to play us. I think that was more of a indication of their emotion and how much they would put into the game with their preparation.
You say, do you expect to see more of that now that you guys are on the time over under 6-0 SEC play? You can get a bit more target on your back?
I mean, probably. I mean, we're not like some traditional blue blood, you know, like So I don't know. You know, when we were at VCU and we were kind of the kings of the A10, so to speak, just from years and years of winning, long before I got there. You know, everywhere we went, they were handing out T-shirts or foam thing. You know, they always had some sort of be their biggest crowd of the year wherever we went, and they'd have it. Same when Dayton was in the league too. Dayton was the same way. You know, it's not like that. It's not like we're, I don't think people are just like overly excited when they see us coming. That that's just going to like get people riled up. But I do think what happens is you've got teams that want to make a stand. And you've got a level of desperation, a level of hunger, and you've got a team that's got good numbers and a team that could really kind of turn your season around. So I think the teams get a little more excited probably than the fans and all the other periphery stuff. I don't think LSU moves the needle a whole lot with the fans, but I do think because of our numbers and that we are ranked and that sort of thing, there's a chance to win a ranked game at home. I think that gets the team and the players a little bit more on edge, a little hungrier. And I think, for teams that want to turn their season around or need a marquee win to kind of push them over the hump, I certainly think you're in a position where, where you'll get a little more pop from some of those guys.
This summer, a lot of the A&M players are talking about how different their system is. What have you seen from them in terms of changes?
Well, there are a lot more. The two bigs they got transfer, and they got two transfers. One was a traditional transfer, and one's a grad transfer from Tennessee State. Those guys block a lot of shots. They run they don't run their ball screen continuity as much. They run a little bit more just spread ball screen, spread it out, let Starks make a play, and let Mitchell make a play off a ball screen. They've changed the way, Flag's playing some at the 4 now. He's traditionally been a 3. So they're playing a little bit more wide open, I would say, offensively, and their bigs do a good job blocking shots, and then they turn those into quick offense. Starks is just a jet with the ball, very, very quick with the ball, very, very strong with the ball.
National rankings this time of year, you may not think they mean a lot, I'm not sure, but LSU hasn't been in the rankings a whole lot. To move up to 19 and to stay in there, is that important?
It's good for fans. It's good for hopefully for our home crowds and stuff like that. But it doesn't change who we are. Whether you got a number beside you or not, doesn't change who you are and what you got to do every day. If anything, it puts a little more focus on you, especially when you go on the road, like we were talking about with other teams trying to change the course of their season. So we've just got to go about what we do and do what we do at a high level.
What do you think the key is to getting Darius going?
Darius is going to be in good shape. You mark my words, he's going to break out here. I'm pretty good at predictions, right? Yeah. Just remember I told you that. You can ask me about that again next week when one of these next 2 games he busts out. He's in good shape. I thought he did a great job in this last game. I know he fouled out in a short amount of time, but we really did a study before the last game on where his fouls came from. We corrected that. He didn't foul on where he got a majority of his fouls beforehand in SEC play. He didn't foul that way. He picked up an offensive foul on an illegal screen that was, he had one offensive foul on that. He had another foul after he missed a shot and tried to get in there and get a rebound when he should have just gotten back in transition D. So he had a couple preventable fouls, and I think he had his first shot, went in and out again, and but he brings so much more to us than just the shooting. I know everybody gets caught up in the shooting, and he's a very good shooter, and he hasn't necessarily shown that so far in games, but he is as we move forward. I've got zero doubts about that. But he brings so much. He's got such a good court sense. He's got a knack for the ball, offensive rebounding. He's had some huge offensive rebounds for us, some critical offensive. He had a critical one at Missouri. We were down 5 and got an offensive rebound, whipped it to the corner for Trey for a corner 3 in front of Missouri's bench. He does a lot of those things, and so I want him to focus on those things and do great at those things, and then the offense is going to come. But he's going to have some big games for us. There's zero doubt in my mind.
Coach, Devontae was talking about how when you got some of these rebounds, he looked out and he saw that he was going to get the ball to Skyler. Skyler took all the shots at the end of the game. Is there a calming effect having a veteran like that on the floor to be able to lead him?
Oh, Sky was awesome. You guys know how much I love him and how I feel about him. But he was awesome throughout the whole game at Missouri. He had a calming influence. He had some good ideas. A lot of times when they bring ideas to me in the game, I just in one ear, out the other, and we just move on. They're not very good, in my opinion. But he had 3 or 4 really, really good ones in this game. And I thought he played tremendously well, and I thought his poise and calm, helped us stay together.
Based on our factors, Skyler's probably the only player on the team who played significantly 2 years ago. So this is quite a huge climb for this program. Before there were 2 years ago to have you ranked in the top 20, and people are talking about them being a high seed in the tournament. Where are you with the development?
I think we're getting there. I mean, I think we've got a good way about us. I like where we are. I think Skyler, Marshall brings a lot to us too with the perspective. Marshall's been here the same amount of time Skyler has, and he has a lot of perspective. But we don't talk a whole lot about the past. We talk about moving forward, and I feel like, I like where we are. I like where we are, and I really like where we're going. But, for us to be able to pull some wins out like we've pulled out, we got a little toughness, we got a little fiber to us. We got some good, we got the makings of some good stuff. And that's not just individually, that's as a program. So I feel very, very good about where we are, and I feel great about where we're heading. But Skyler's had a huge part of that. Tremont being here last year has had a huge part, and then he's, these other guys have filled in. And, one thing that's really helped is, I know we've had some other, but I mean, these freshmen love being here at LSU. They love playing for LSU. Cody was on the plane with us after the game. Our guys are grabbing the mic from the flight attendant, yelling, "Go Tiger!" I mean, they enjoy it. They love being here. They love the culture down here. They love the people down here, and that really helps. They're all in, and it helps because of Javonte, and Javonte's, done a great job of getting all those guys on the same page and explaining to them how important LSU is to Louisiana and to the city, and so I think that's been a big help for us.
You talked a little bit about it. Skyler described this team so far as just special. Do you feel that same way that the camaraderie on this team just within the
Well, we're connected. I know y'all get sick of me saying that, but we are, and you've got, when you're connected and you compete hard and you handle the details, we got to compete a little bit harder sustain it for a little bit longer periods of time. We've got to be a little bit better with the details. We gave up 2 free throw offensive rebounds the other night. We'd given up 2 all year, and we gave up 2 the other night that led to 5 points. We'd been kicking ourselves. We'd lost that game, and we gave up 5 points on free throw offensive rebounds. So we got to handle the details a little bit better. But we've got a good group, and they all get along very well. They all hang out together, and we have a good way about us. We got great people. We got great people. They're very good players, but we got great people. We got some different personalities that that make things fun and keep things lively and make things work well.
I know you didn't watch the last 3 minutes, but how cool is it for Skyler to have that moment? I know it was a team effort and everything, but not many players get to do.
Yeah, I mean he's earned everything. He deserves everything that he gets. He deserves. I mean, you guys have no idea how hard of a worker. He's the best. He's the best, and you've heard me say this always. You never bet against consistent behavior in anything you do in life, and he's one of the most consistent human beings I've ever been around. I tell all our other guys, I said, look, I know y'all all want to play in the NBA and all that sort of thing. If you want to do that, you need to follow Skyler Mays around for a day. Now, you ain't got to do the biology homework like he's doing. You can worry about your other stuff while he's doing all his equations and whatever else goes into biology and converting everything to moles for chemistry and all that stuff. You can go do something else then. But if you want to see regiment and he's just phenomenal, and he earns everything, absolutely everything that he gets, and he wants to win so bad. And he's just, from the day we got here, there ain't one thing we've asked him to do that he hadn't done, and he's unbelievable.
You just said it.
And as we speak, LSU and A&M are tangling over in College Station.
Always tough on the road. One bad shooting day away, but let's see what happens.
LSU ranked 19th in both the AP and the coaches poll. Highest they've been ranked in quite a while. That's good recognition, and hey, that's cool for right now.
Sure.
You know, it's going to be more important when we get into March and all that, and late February, but quite an accomplishment by this team. And Coach Wade said they have to handle this better than they did 4 or 5 weeks ago when they were ranked.
And I think they have. I think they've grown and matured, but they still have a ways to go. But if they can win tonight, they will go through the month of January unscathed. Wow. The last time that happened for LSU basketball, 1980-81. Remember that team?
You were out there.
Yeah, that team won 17 straight in SEC play, ranked as high as number 2 in the country, and got to the Final Four.
What was on the end of the 17?
We lost at Kentucky. Sam Bowie blocked a Howard Carter jump shot in the corner. We lost by 1. An interesting story. It was a Sunday, nationally televised game. Dick Enberg, Billy Packer, Al McGuire, that triumvirate. And the first time in Kentucky basketball history, they moved their band right behind our bench, and the entire student body was dressed up in blue and white tuxedos. It was a big to-do. And I said after the game to my teammates, you know, the coaches all left, I said, look, we got nothing to hang our heads about on this one. Any other LSU team that, under these circumstances, in this environment, would have gotten beaten by 30. We got beat by 1, and we had a shot at the corner to win it, and Sam Bowie, if he hadn't have blocked the ball, he landed on Howard Carter, so there was a no call. He just got it with his fingertip, all 7'2" of him, and they win by 1. Heck of a game. Then we got revenge because, well, no, that was another year. But we got revenge by getting all the way to the Final Four.
Yeah, so that was, Howard Carter made his share of shots back in the day.
He's a pretty good player. Pretty good player.
Oh, that's Howard was always one of my favorites. He could get it done.
Yeah.
No question about that. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will connect with Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com. Going to get a little 1 week out recruiting update for all you Tiger football fans. Still to come, Paul Maneri, Beth Torina. Lots of good stuff for you here on Tigers Roar. We're at Scoreboards. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Scoreboards.
Okay.
Scoreboards opens Tuesday through Sunday at 11 a.m. They got the express lunch. They got all the lunch specials for you. The rest of the menu is available. You see the lunch specials, chicken fettuccine, red beans and rice, hamburger steak, and on Fridays, crawfish etouffee. Everything very reasonably priced. The crawfish just a little bit higher. And then, of course, at night, on the weekends, on Wednesday nights when we have overtime in Tigers Roar, the boiled snow crabs, the boiled shrimp, the corn, the sausage, the potatoes, and what has become the staple I've seen.
What is it? What is it?
Many orders go out tonight.
Not the one that I like so much.
The bread pudding.
Ah, I told you. Told you that from day one.
I tell you, as we sit up here, almost every table's got a bread pudding.
Told you that from day one.
Connect on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Connect to the events page. 5 TV shows taped here. 3 Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday, and I don't know if you saw who was here, sitting right here last night.
The Big O?
No? Bigger than that.
Who?
Dukes of Hazzard's John Schneider.
Go ahead.
He was here with Mike Shepard on the Good Rockin' the Night, Louisiana Music Hall of Fame. He was here with his guitar, had a big crowd.
Really?
I mean, Dukes of Hazzard, country western star, was right here at Scoreboards.
I'll be
Yesterday,
there.
Mikey Matuk was here to be on the sports update with Kate. Roger Cador and Clarence Buggs. That's what happened on a Tuesday.
There you go.
And then overtime with Coach Roman Banks and Tigers Roar on a Wednesday.
I think we got to step up our game.
Yeah, we got to kick it up a notch.
Come on.
We'll kick it up a notch with Mike Scarborough right after this pause. If you're watching Tigers Roar on Pelican Sports TV, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and New Orleans, stay with us.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows is honored to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hi folks, Clarence Buggs here. Coach Roger Cador would take the time to tell you how to catch our brand new show, The Roger Cador Show, but as you can see, he's kind of busy right now out at Scoreboards, Baton Rouge's newest sports grill with food that is absolutely amazing. Catch the show 8 o'clock Tuesday nights, 6:30 p.m. on Wednesdays, and on Pelican Television's YouTube channel as well. You want to come out and have a great time. It's awesome, isn't it, Coach? Mm-hmm. Told you.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled, even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy, and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-654-9927, 800-654-9927.
We continue with Tigers Roar here on Scoreboards. Coursey Boulevard between Airline and Sherwood Forest, right next to Anton's Fine Jewelers. Check it out for lunch, happy hour, Tuesday through Friday from 4 to 7. Lots of great stuff on the sound stage. Something always coming up. Connect on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Hey, the Dukes of Hazzard on?
John Schneider in the house.
Well, nothing tops what we got next.
We've got Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com, 1 week away from signing day. Mike, good evening. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm ready for this class to be over with. And then
You and me both, brother. You and me, bro. All right, let's cut to the chase. Let's go stay in the state of Louisiana. Everybody wants to know about the two guys from Amite, Louisiana, a defensive lineman in Ismail Sopsher, and a wide receiver / safety hybrid in Devontae Lee. What's the latest?
Yeah, I put out a big report just a few hours ago on TigerBait.com. Folks want to check that out. You know, I've had Devonta Lee in the probable category for more than a few months, and like I told you yesterday, Jordy, I've been trending Sopsher to LSU, and based on my conversation with Coach Powell at Amite earlier, I still think that way. Of course, this weekend's going to be huge, official visits. The coaches will be on campus at Amite tomorrow. They'll spend the entire day just about in Amite. Early in the morning, they'll arrive there. So it's, you know, look, I think if LSU finishes with those two guys,
okay,
and then, of course, you've got, we'll see what happens with Ray Parker at Ruston. I think there's still some things to solidify there.
What position is Ray Parker?
He's a tight end, but you know, he could very well grow into an offensive lineman.
Okay.
But I think that would be that wouldn't be a work in progress, like a couple of years for him to be an offensive lineman.
Not to interrupt you, but is that one of those? Hey, he's an in-state guy in an area of importance to us. Does that play into it at all?
Yeah, I think it does, but I also think that while you can say that because he didn't sign in the early signing period, that gives you some wiggle room to say, well, you know, when you didn't sign last month, you know, we were keeping our options open. You know, there's a reason why LSU doesn't, you know, is very careful about extending offers in the state of Louisiana, because if you extend one, it has to be committable.
Okay.
Because you suffer a PR nightmare in that area of the state or in that particular high school if you don't honor that scholarship offer. So,
gotcha.
You know, you got to be careful with how you do those sorts of things.
Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com. We know about Sopsher. It's LSU, Alabama. Who's in the bidding war with Devonta Lee?
Well, look, he went to Texas A&M. You know, certainly there's been other schools involved, but I just haven't seen where any school really is pushed LSU with him. I think he's totally buying into the idea of coming as an athlete.
Okay.
Whether he starts on the offensive side of the ball and then sees how things progress there, and then would maybe move to the defensive side of things in a half a year or the following spring, we'll see. But the interesting thing on him is that he's 6'2", 215 pounds right now. He's got an older brother who's like 6'5". His mom's 6'2".
Really?
He's got another. I think his dad's 6'4". He's not finished growing. I mean, so when I think he's a safety, every time I see him, I think that's where the wow factor is with him.
I don't know if I've seen any 6'5" safeties in my time, but why not?
Chris
right?
Carrier. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he's going to get to 6'5", but there's no reason, you know, or he's going to end up being like Tyrus Thomas in a year.
Yeah, that's right. Will Wade will steal him. Let me ask you this question. I know Sopsher's coming in with his whole family, but there's a couple other defensive linemen that are coming in this weekend that are committed to other schools. What are the chances you think of flipping them?
Well, you know, look, Charles Moore and Byron Young,
right.
Two kids from Mississippi, just like you had Pickering in 2 weeks ago. I think it's a tall order. It's always difficult for LSU to pull kids from Mississippi. I don't know if you were to pull one of those, would that, you know, make a difference with Sopsher? I don't know. I think maybe there would be different types of kids. You got the junior college, you know, outside guy, lineman from Salt Lake City that will be in. You got the tight end from Georgia. But, you know, look, if you're going to add Sopsher and Lee, and I'm assuming that Parker would indeed be a part of the class, shoot, and you got Christian Williams, a defensive back. I don't see how you do all that.
Okay.
You know, we've been debating all year if they would keep one back for a graduate transfer. You know, it's almost like you would rather do that than maybe take a flyer on a kid just to pile up at one particular position. If you don't think they can play for you, then leave it open.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, LSU's had Ed Orgeron in particular. We saw. I mean, he's had great success with transfers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He gets an A+.
A kicker and a quarterback. Pretty good. Sopsher, Lee, they get those two. Well, what does that do to this class from a national perspective?
You know, I don't know where it end up as far as, 247 Rivals, composite ranking, ESPN, but whether it moves up a spot or not, I mean, you're really splitting hairs there at the top. I mean, you keep those two home, and Ed Orgeron has kept everybody at home in Louisiana.
Yeah.
We'll see in a couple of years if, Christian Harris it kind of bites you because he's having great success, and I think he's a special kid. I think Michael Hollins at running back, I can't wait to see what he's going to do at the next level. Not just LSU, but I think a lot of SEC schools made a mistake on him. But I'm talking about kids that Ed Orgeron and the staff have had committable offers.
Okay.
If he lands those two, he's absolutely locked the state down 100% as far as who they wanted.
Who we know Stingley is in all likelihood. He's already enrolled in school. In all likelihood, he's going to be on one corner opposite Christian Fulton. Give me another name. Who's the impact player? Is it John Emery at running back? Who's the next guy that Ed Orgeron's going, okay, he's in.
Yeah, I think it's Emery.
Okay.
But look, Tyrion Davis could be a guy. Got that linebacker from Texas, Brooks. I mean, he's fantastic. So,
okay.
I mean, look, but you got so much returning. I don't know that you're going to see a half a dozen true freshmen have an early impact.
Let me ask you this, the impact of a Joe Brady right here, right now, does that play in at all to this final weekend? And what have you heard about him from his ability to go out and, he had to do it with the Saints, but to go out and recruit?
I don't know that he has a big impact in this class, but I think he can have an impact in a couple of weeks when they host a junior day and all those 2020 kids are on campus. And he's talking about the new RPO wrinkles that he's going to be adding to what Ensminger's doing.
Okay.
And then Ensminger's going to want to be able to talk about how that offensive line is going to really make things much better and him able to do some things that he couldn't do last year. So, that's the whole deal. I mean, when you look at Clemson and Alabama and those guys having success with true freshman quarterbacks, well, the reason why is because those quarterbacks are in offenses that they were running in high school.
Okay.
And LSU has got to get to doing some things that these kids have been doing in high school for them to make the impact, not where they're trying to come in and learn an NFL-style offense, and it takes them 2 years.
Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com. Tell everybody what they're going to get when they go to TigerBait.com.
The best.
When they subscribe, especially as we approach the signing day of Wednesday, February 6th.
That's it. Go to TigerBait.com. We got loads of football recruiting information right now leading in the signing day. Big story on the A-Meet kids posted this evening. Brian got a nice analysis feature on the hiring of Brady and what he means to the offense. That was posted earlier today. Loads of basketball and baseball coverage, so we're hitting you from all angles at TigerBait.com.
All right, have a good week, man. You got nothing on your plate. Just go relax. Go to the beach for a week.
Yeah, I'm sometime soon.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, guys. Talk soon.
All right.
And that recruiting always has been a big thing. Some people have such a passion for it. You and I kind of follow it on the surface. We turn to guys who are in the know. I have never dove into that recruiting thing, even 30 years ago when I began doing this job.
We have to do it now. I mean, we have radio shows and people live for that stuff, so I have no clue, but I get guests on to talk about it. But again, I go harp back to what I said a week ago, and I firmly believe this. The early signing period has really helped college basketball. Because just imagine if there was no signing period, and here we are next week, what would we be talking about? We wouldn't be talking about basketball as much. We'd be talking about who they're going to get, who they're going to get, who they're going to get. It's really helped college basketball, and for that reason, I really, really like the early signing period.
There you go. It's been in its second year now, it's getting more positive comment than negative. I've read one or two coaches that don't like it, but the majority, and I think if you're a coach, you have to embrace it because it's not changing.
No.
So you better like
That's
it
right.
and figure out a way to like it if you really don't.
If I had my choice, that early signing period, that'd be it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a second period.
Yeah.
One and done. Let's go. Get it over with.
And of course, LSU did announce the spring football stuff. Their spring game will be April 6th in Tiger Stadium. That afternoon, they'll have about 6,000 people there, right?
6,000 faithful, loyal scrimmage fans.
Baseball plays that night, so maybe they'll
how much? Yeah.
Little turnover.
So they'll have
a little carryover. We'll see. Yeah. We're going to take a break. When we come back.
Would you rather be tailgating, cooking outside on a beautiful day, or go inside a stadium and have to watch?
Oh God, tailgating.
Tailgating.
I mean,
you can drink. Maybe they'll let you drink beer in Tiger Stadium for the
beer
the
shoot.
spring
What do
game.
they call that? The shoot.
Open up the chute and let them just go. Shoot.
There you
Take
go.
them with you.
All right, we will take a break. Come back. We're going to shift gears into softball. Beth
Really?
Torina.
Are they good?
And good again.
Good again?
Oklahoma City. It's their goal. We'll be back right after this pause.
Wind.
Spread the roar. You're watching Tigers Roar.
Cold and windy in Oklahoma City. Nasty.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Oh, great party.
Oh, thanks for coming, guys.
You better get that car warmed up.
I'm on it.
I don't miss those days.
Yeah, we just had a remote start installed.
Oh, us too. Nice.
It's gonna be nice and toasty.
Why don't we have one of those?
We're fine. Okay, I can't feel my fingers.
I bet everyone else can.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
For Total Home Pest Control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvat.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
Jordan, let's talk a little Lady Tiger softball.
Okay.
Oklahoma City. Read that they got some improvements out there at Tiger Park, a new video board.
Indoor hitting park coming up. They got everything.
Bleachers in the right center. Now, baseball got a beautiful new video board. I saw that. It's unbelievable. Next time you go to the box, you'll see that. Softball, same thing. Upgrading those facilities so they can recruit players. And Beth Torina has really done an incredible job.
You know, and it's amazing how she was not. It's kind of like Nick Saban wasn't LSU's first choice, but he got the job. It worked out pretty good. Beth Torina wasn't the first choice. They had that guy from Alabama come in one day and exit stage right. She comes in and boom, not bad at all.
You know,
good hire.
I remember that situation. That was kind of awkward in a lot of directions.
What the heck was that? Yeah, what was that all about?
I can tell you this: that coach that was here for a day, in that day, he committed to a couple of charitable events here in town, and of course had to pull out. But anyway, we want to let you hear from Beth Torina, the fantastic job she's done with Lady Tiger softball. That program is one of the top programs in the country. Let's, without any further ado, here's Lady Tiger softball coach Beth Torina.
New bleacher structure. It's coming up and up every day. A beautiful new scoreboard that I think you're going to love. We'll be able to do replay and things in game, some live video, going to be amazing. There's TVs on the concourse. When you're in line at the concession stand, you'll be able to see the game. So little things all over Tiger Park that are really enhancing fan experience. And then, of course, you know, the crown jewel now is the Performance Center. It's 14,500 square feet. You can't miss it if you drive by Tiger Park. It's going to be a beautiful facility. It's going to be huge for our team, for recruiting, just for the success of the program. So we're really excited about having that. It'll have 5 cages in it. We have our own weight room. It's an amazing structure, and we're very fortunate to be a part of LSU and have such wonderful facilities. Other exciting things, I think, for the fans, a really tough and exciting schedule this year. 36 games against teams from the NCAA field last year, 30 against the top 25 that just came out. So a tough schedule, an exciting schedule. I think the fans are going to love seeing our team compete against this schedule. I think we will enjoy it too. We're excited, too, about this team, and that's really the exciting part. It is a neat team, a different type look than maybe we've had the past few years, but a lot of fun. We are very new and very old all at the same time. So we returned virtually the whole lineup. Of course, we lost Emily Griggs, who was a mainstay in that lineup. Not an easy one to replace there, but we returned virtually the whole lineup. We have 7 seniors, and then we also, on top of that, have 10 newcomers. So it's an interesting dynamic. We're excited about it. We're excited to add a newcomer like Amanda Sanchez, who is preseason All-SEC, who's been one of the best players in the SEC for the past 3 years. We're excited to add a player like that to this strong offense that we already have to help out Aaliyah Andrews and Amanda Doyle, Amber Surratt, those guys that have been some mainstays for us here for the past 3 seasons as well. So we're really excited about what lies in front of us. We thank everyone for being here today, and with that, I'll open it up for questions. Oh, you're micing.
Obviously, getting Amanda Sanchez back as a graduate transfer, how do you foresee her making an impact in this team?
You know, she raises the level of everyone around her. So we knew we were getting a great player and a great hitter. You know, there was no question about that. But she's so cool what she brings to our team because she's just always talking the game. She's talking hitting. She just truly, her presence makes everyone around her better. She'll be able to, you know, protect Amanda Doyle or Aaliyah, however we decide to use her in the lineup. I mean, it's going to add a ton of depth to us. But I'm telling you, the coolest thing about her is what she brings to the team as a human being and how she just raises the bar for everyone around her. So I think she's going to be, I know we only get her for a year. It's going to be a great year, and I think everybody's going to love having her.
There was a lot of talk with that graduate transfer rule, mostly specifically in football, but how do you see that for, affecting softball going forward?
Yeah, the new transfer rules are very interesting in the sport of softball right now, so I think it's going to take some time to see how it affects everyone and how it all plays out. Like I said, we feel very fortunate to have somebody like Amanda this year. We've had other transfers that have been a big effect in this program. Carly Hoover, people like that have been a big effect in our program. So, you know, I think it's going to be interesting to see how the new rules play out.
Mary Beth Gorsuch is really the only big name pitcher you're getting back this year with the losses of Carly Hoover and Allie Wall-Jasper. What do you foresee the pitching staff looking like?
I think Mary Beth Gorsuch is going to do a really good job leading this team. I think she's prepared. I think she's put in her time and waited. I think she had a really strong season last year, had some big SEC wins, some big performances against top teams, you know, so I think she's ready. And then I feel really confident about Shelby Sinceri as well. You know, she was injured for a lot of last year, so didn't get a ton of opportunity. We got her back late in the season. We were able to use her as a hitter, and we're going to still be using her as a hitter. Obviously, she's very talented, but she's had a great preseason, a great fall. She looks really strong. So I'm excited about our 2 returners. And then we add 3 freshmen to the group with Bailey Thornhill, Shelby Wickersham, Allie Kilponen. They all have strengths. They all bring something different to us. And you're going to see them early. You're going to see them right away, first weekend. You know, they're going to be out there. We're going to need them. We need the depth. And I think they'll be ready when we call their name.
Do you foresee any other of the position player freshmen making a big impact early on this team?
A lot of the freshmen have done some really nice things lately. You know, we've seen a lot of really good at-bats from some of these guys. I think, obviously, Morgan Cummins will have a shot at catcher. We like to run, you know, you can't run one catcher for 56 games. It's just too much. So Morgan Cummins will have a chance right off the bat. And then Georgia Clark has just been swinging so well. I think you will see her right off the bat in the lineup as well.
Coach, what kind of leadership does Surrett provide for you at shortstop? And it seems like she was a freshman the other day. Now she's a senior for you.
Yeah, she's one of the ones that when you talk about her name and you put senior next to it, it makes me sad, you know, because you think we're running out of days to watch somebody like her play. But what she has brought to us, we call her the brains, you know, she really is the field general out there. You can see her run the defense and control the team. She does so many things for us on the field, and we're better when she's standing out there, there's no question. But what she brings to the team off the field, too, she is someone that everyone trusts. She can mediate any situation. She's empathetic. She has so many qualities that make her such a successful leader for us that you don't even know by, you know, not getting a chance to be around her off the field. So she's definitely one of the ones that I hate seeing it, you know, say senior next to her name for sure.
Thank you. What's the story with Michaela? I know she's listed as an infield utility, and there's only one catcher on the roster. Is that an inclination to want to use her other places?
No, she's a catcher. She'll be our catcher, and I think she's earned the right to be the starter. We have used her at multiple spots throughout her career, but she's really focused on doing the catching right now. I heard her the other night at our meet and greet introduce herself as a catcher only, so I think she's accepted this, and she has stepped up to the challenge. I think you're going to see a completely different look from her. I think she's probably the most improved, most grown player from last year, and of course, you learn a brand new position. It takes some time, right? Much more confident, much more successful. She's running the defense better, commanding the pitchers better. So I think you're going to see a completely different look from her. And she swung well last year too. You know, you're going to still see that kind of offensive performance for her, but much more confident behind the plate. I'm excited.
Does it feel kind of weird to have no Carly Hoover, no Walt Jasper around this time around this year?
It has been a long go with those guys. And, you know, when you get somebody that has such an impact as freshmen the way they did, you know, I'm the one in the bullpen day to day with them. It almost feels like you're losing part of your family when those guys go. You're so close to them. Personally, you've put so much time in with them on the field. So, you know, it is a different look. But I love this staff we have. I love how open they are to doing anything we ask of them. I think they all fill a role that is very different from each other. So the combination of the 5 of them is a very different look, which I like. And I think, you know, they're going to be young early, but as the season goes on, they're going to have a ton of opportunity. I think the back half of the season is going to look completely different for these guys. I really do. I feel very strongly that they're going to grow so much that they're going to end in a very strong spot from all the experience they're going to be getting throughout. So I love this group. I love their dynamic. I'm excited to see what 2019 has in store for the pitching staff.
Hey, Coach, I know it's early and you have a lot of returners but a lot of newcomers. Have you thought about a lineup? If so, what does that look like right now?
Yeah, and when I'm thinking about a lineup, you know, I'm also thinking about people that have deserved some opportunities. So, you know, well, Amber Surratt is going to be the starter at shortstop, right? She has been for the past 3 years. The kid behind her, Taylor Tidwell, is doing a great job and maybe deserves some at-bats or something. So I have a lot of players in that group right now that are deserving of at-bats or of some time. So I think you'll see a lot of faces the first couple weekends as we try to figure it all out. We usually try to settle it down around first of SEC play, but we have, 20-some games to figure it out before then.
Last year's team was compared a lot to the 2012 team in the way that they won games. So what other team from your tenure does this year remind you of?
I wish I could answer that now. I have no idea what they're going to be really until the first pitch. It appears that our offense is really strong. Our offense is doing really good things. I think, we've had some great offensive years. 2015, 16 were some really strong offensive years. I think this team is going to look to do that. I think they're going to look to outswing people and out-hit people. I know, Howard and Lindsay have done a really good job making a few adjustments in this offseason, trying to create a little more power, and we're seeing that on a daily basis at Tiger Park. And then we've added Sandra Simmons to the staff this year. She's a familiar face for everybody around here. Really fortunate to have somebody that understands our system so well, and she works with the slappers, and they have been super successful this spring too. So we've seen a lot of good things out of those guys. Seeing a lot of triple threat type looks from them, people that are able to swing, bunt, slap, all of it. So we're seeing a lot of good looks from those guys too. So what our staff is doing with the offense, I think they look really strong. So I'm hoping they can carry us a lot of the way.
You kind of hate to make comparisons, but what Aaliyah Andrews has been able to do in her 2 years already here, how does that compare to what her sister was able to do?
What's cool about Aaliyah is I don't think she minds being compared to her sister because her sister was so phenomenal. And I think it's kind of an honor to her because she appreciates what her sister did and how great her sister is. So I think it's really an honor for her to be compared to her. And a lot of times I'll tell her something, well, your sister, and I said, and don't take it as your sister, just take it as the best defensive outfielder we've had here, right? So I'm comparing you to the best defensive outfielder. It just happens to be your sister. But my opinion, she's going to give her a run for her money in every single category. You name it, and Aaliyah is going to give AJ a run for her money. I think Aaliyah is super talented, very special player. Players like that don't come along very often. She is, I think, going to do really big things this year. Already started to last year. I mean, her stolen base numbers were ridiculous last year. Then her percentages were ridiculous. So you can see how much speed she has. And then just a year of growing. She's moved to center field. So it is going to seem eerily like AJ out there. But we're excited about the year she's going to have, and we're just excited to have a person like Aaliyah in this program. She takes less selfies than AJ, I think. So that's a plus.
You mentioned 3 freshman pitchers. Is any one of the 3 separated herself?
We've seen really good moments from Shelby Wickersham and Allie Kilponen both, honestly. Very different types of pitchers and very different ways that they got here. Shelby Wickersham is from New Orleans, so very familiar with our system. She's been to a ton of camps and clinics. She knows how we do things. She knows our pitching style, so very easy transition for her. So I would say she is a little more polished and ready. Then you take Allie Kilponen, on the other hand, who's barely had a pitching lesson, but is the all-everything, one of the most decorated players from her home state of Colorado, and just understands how to compete. So she is kind of the ultimate competitor. Then we have the polished, great fundamental kid. So I think, they're very different. They will bring very different looks. Like I said, you will see them both early. I have liked a lot of things from both of them early. It's been fun to have 2 people that are just so excited to wear the colors, so excited to be in this bullpen and just contribute any way they can.
Coach, what do you think the team has taken away from the last 2 years in terms of the trips to Florida State and learning how difficult it is to make it and not make it, those 2 years?
You had to go there.
Sorry.
I think they understand that it comes down to details, and it comes down to the littlest thing either way. I think we were in a position to win or lose both years, right? I mean, there were moments where things could have gone either way both years, and I think they understand the details a little bit better. They appreciate the little things. I think you know, they know what they're working for. They know they're working to not let that happen again. It is something that we talk about. We don't enjoy talking about it, but it's something that's motivating for us. And I think that has helped them understand that they have to be more detail focused. I think this team, too, has done a really good job defensively. It's nice to have a veteran defense. A lot of people that have played together before, their communication system is a little bit easier. I think, you know, they've all been out there before together. I think they're very talented defensively, too. We have some really, really athletic people out there on defense. So, you know, I think they will be able to keep us in ball games with their defense, hopefully outswing some people with their offense. And they understand the little nuances and little things that they have to be better at, trying to get 1% better every day at something. And, you know, that's kind of their goal for this season, is just to keep improving and, you know, understanding they've got to be ready for whatever they hand they're dealt at the end of the year.
It is expected to be another exciting softball season.
Between
baseball, I mean, everything's
baseball,
happening.
softball, tennis is good. They're all good, so keep it up.
Good stuff.
Let's go.
The athletic department
And
heading
look,
in a good direction.
And they're giving these programs everything they need to succeed as far as recruiting is concerned. All the bells and whistles are there now. You just got to
go win championships.
Got to go win
right?
championships.
Win divisions and
That's
conferences and get to the postseason.
That's right.
And LSU is doing very well in the toughest conference in America.
Tough ball game in College Station hoops. Close one at the half and moving on. So we'll see.
Are they up, what, 5 at half?
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We'll see.
Right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from Paul Mainieri. His baseball team ranked way up there in all of the polls. There's lots of polls in baseball, but there are over 300 Division I baseball teams. Lots of polls to look at. LSU is either 1 or 2, but ironically, the team that they're flipping with is Vanderbilt from the conference, and Vanderbilt not on the regular season schedule in that East Division rotation this
Finally.
year.
Finally.
So they could meet in Hoover in the SEC tournament, but they won't play in the regular season. Let's take a break. We'll come back and let you hear from Coach Paul Mainieri, a little Tiger baseball right after this pause from Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard. Stay with us.
Okay, I got to ask you a question.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hello. Hola. Ni hao.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
Time to talk a little baseball. They are putting a Legacy Plaza up, which will include a Skip Bertman statue. It won't be done until near the end of the season. A lot of other improvements, including a beautiful new video board. I put a picture of that on the Pelican Broadcasting Facebook page last week when I was out there.
Is it true they're actually building another locker room for ex-LSU players that are in Major League Baseball now?
Professional ball when they come back.
Wow.
Let's hear from Coach Paul Mainieri, the head coach of the #1 ranked LSU Tigers.
A new plaza that will have a Skip Bertman statue, which is something that I'm as excited about as anybody. It's long overdue, in my opinion. The greatest coach in the history of college baseball, and the field is named after him, and nothing would have been possible without what he did here. And we're looking forward to the new plaza, the Legacy Plaza, going up. We're hoping that it'll be completed before the end of this season. And if it is, then we're going to have our dedication, and then the dedication of the plaza and the dedication of the Skip Bertman statue. I can't believe when Bill introduced me, every time I hear it, it's hard to believe that this is now the 13th year that I'm beginning as the coach since Skip invited me to come here to be the coach of the LSU Tigers. It's been an amazing first 12 years. We've enjoyed it so much. I like to think that we've had a lot of success. I thought that by now we'd have a couple more numbers on that Intimidator, to be quite frank with you. As Bill mentioned, you know, the polls, the people that do the polls must think something about our team to have us ranked in the top 2 in all 5 of the preseason polls. But as you know, coaches, the way coaches feel, and probably everybody feels, those preseason polls don't mean anything. They don't gain you any advantage against your opponent. That doesn't spot you any runs. It doesn't prevent them from scoring. And so the reality of the fact is that we have to go out on the field and earn everything we get.
Coach, you have an idea of what the rotation might look like to start?
Sure, Matt. That you didn't disappoint me. I figured that was going to be the first question of the year, okay? I can tell you on Friday night, it'll be Zach Hess. And let's go ahead and just say this right now, right out front, okay? Zach Hess is going to be our Friday night starter for the entire season. There's no consideration to moving him to the bullpen. He's our dude, and I think he's ready to be, if not the best, one of the very best pitchers in the Southeastern Conference. So you look at Hess on Friday night. I think you're going to look at Walker on Sunday. So then the only question would be who's going to be the Saturday guy. And if I had to guess right now, I would say it would be Landon Marceau. I told you I'd like to lead off Antoine Duplantis. I think the 2-hole is going to be a really good spot for Josh Smith. I like the idea of a left-handed batter behind Duplantis because I think it helps Duplantis a little bit in stealing bases. It's more difficult for a catcher with a left-handed batter up. So if we want to run with Duplantis, I think that will help him there. Plus, I think the more times we get Josh Smith up to the plate, the better, because I think Josh is going to have a big year. I think he's really clutch. So if the lineup turns over and we get to Duplantis and Smith, we got a chance, you know, if we're down in the game. If Saul Garza swings the bat like I think he can, he's probably going to hit in the 3-hole. I'd see Cabrera probably hitting fourth. Now, obviously, Cabrera could hit third, but then we'd have 3 left-handers right in a row, which does make you susceptible to a situation with the other team's coach being able to use a left-hander against you. Probably 5-hole would be Zach Watson would be my guess. 6-hole would be whoever's playing first base. It could be Beloso, it could be Bianco, it could be one of those other guys, Willis or Dugas. 7-hole probably Brock Mathis. Brock's good enough to hit higher in the lineup, but as much as we're going to ask of him, I think that he's probably going to physically get a little bit tired, and I don't want to count on him in one of the main spots at the top of the order when he's kind of running out of gas late in the game, you know. 8-hole and 9-hole will be a combination of Hal Hughes and Brant Broussard, one way or the other.
We'll continue from scoreboards. We'll take a break, come back with the final segment, and put a wrap on it for you. Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard between Airline and Sherwood Forest. We'll be right back.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, HardiePlank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows is honored to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
All right, we putting a wrap on it here from Scoreboards. Again, check the events page on the Facebook page to find out about all the TV shows, the other specials, things going on, the daily lunch special, the express lunch, very reasonably priced, happy hour, all that good stuff. Just connect on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Scoreboard, Sports Grilling, Catering, on Coursey Boulevard between Airline and Sherwood Forest. I'll get it out.
Close ball game, low-scoring ball game in the second half. LSU and A&M. LSU with the lead as we speak right now. Hang in there, baby. It doesn't matter how many you win by. Just get the win and come on back home. Seems like they've been away from home forever, but they have Arkansas this Saturday. Friday night, big gymnastics meet against North Carolina State. Saturday, you got LSU basketball, women's basketball on Sunday. Who needs the Super Bowl? How about Roger?
You just did it.
How about Roger Goodell?
I thought we were going to do the whole show without saying Super Bowl.
How about the greatest person saying something but saying nothing when he says something?
I thought we were going to go a whole show 5 days from the Super Bowl without saying the word Super Bowl.
I had to do
you said it. Hey,
sorry.
New Orleans, enjoy the day with your family and your friends.
That's right.
If you don't want to
go
watch
to City
the Super
Park,
Bowl.
go to the lakefront, eat some good food.
I want to thank Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com, everybody for spreading the roar, the great staff here at Scoreboard Sports Grilling Catering. On behalf of Jordy Helper.
Thank you, TK.
I'm Tommy Christ, and thanks to our crew. We can't do it without you. Everybody on the TV crew. Talk to you again soon.
Taste the feeling.